Welcome to Shiny New Clients, the marketing podcast that helps you attract shiny new clients to your business. We talk about social media marketing. I'll give you actionable strategies to get more clients today and the mindset that it takes to grow a business, all in 25 minutes or less. Whether you're an online business owner or have an in-person service or even a course or membership, if you've got a service-based business, this is the show you need to fill your calendar. I'm Jenna Harding, your new marketing coach, and this is Shiny New Clients. Messaging, the bane of so many business owners' existence. What is my messaging? What is messaging? How do I fix my messaging? All of the above. I know that this is something that stresses people out. To put it super succinctly, messaging is saying who you help, how you help them, and why their life is going to be absolutely amazing after they work with you, and figuring out how to say that again and again in different formats. Today's show is going to be, I would say, a little different, but it's a lot of different. A couple weeks ago, I did a private coaching call for Kat, who is a certified human design and life coach, and her handle on Instagram is Unfold Your Design. She's one of my students inside Magic Marketing Machine, and we sat on this one-on-one call to hash out her messaging. I asked her permission to share it with you. I'm just going to share about 20 minutes from the call, and it has been edited. We didn't expect to be sharing this with the world. It was a private call, but she knew that you could learn from it, so she very graciously allowed me to edit it and share it with you. Kat enters frustrated and feeling like her messaging is very messy. And by the end of the call, we knew exactly who she was serving. We knew her exact next step she needed to take and had a bunch of her messaging already mapped out in the hour that we spoke together. Again, I'm only going to play you about 20 minutes of the call, but there is just so much to learn. It's really important to listen to other business owners in these positions because I know you're going to be sitting there rooting for her and going, it's right there. It's on the tip of your tongue. Come on, Kat, you got this. And it would be the same if she were listening to you and I on a coaching call. Sometimes it is just so much easier to see our challenges through someone else than it feels like it is to solve our own problems. So by listening to other business owners go through this stuff, by watching them in group containers, just so valuable. So I wanted to give you that little in right now, here today. So it'll be as if you were in the room. Here we go.
My business just turned 1 year old. I've invested a lot of money on getting help from people around marketing and my messaging. This is something that I struggle a lot with, like putting my thoughts into words
Okay.
in a way that makes sense and it's not fluff. And I think I made the wrong investments because at this point my brain is like a bowl of thread after a cat has done playing with it. It's just like, it's so messy in my head right now because I've basically had people telling me, you need to go viral, like you need to be doing 30 trial reels per week and you need to use ChatGPT all the time so that you can like create loads and loads of content. It's got really messy, and also that kind of meant that I haven't been reaching my business goals, which at the end of the day, like making money is the most important thing. I really, really love what I do, and I'm not ready to give up. I'm still quite confident that I can make this work. I don't know where I get all that optimism from. When I joined your program, most of the trainings I watched them more than once, especially the ones around messaging, because I just, maybe I'm wrong, but I really feel that if I can nail that, then everything else. Yeah. Is that all of that clear?
Yes, and I think you're right. It is the key to sales, to growth, to engagement, to a website that converts. It really is the key to all of it. And this is the perfect thing for us to work on this call. You said you struggle with messaging, like putting your thoughts into words. I wonder if off the bat, we just reframe that as messaging being putting your lead's thoughts into words.
Yeah.
So let's start there. Let's try and make this measurable. If you can tell me what you mean by messaging, then we can create a checklist of things we want to get done.
Sure. I want to have these like 2 or 3 sentences that when I share them with people, one, like they immediately know what I do. Like I'm tired of trying to explain what it is that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, they can see themselves in that. They like if it's the ideal client, they can see themselves in those 3 phrases.
Mm-hmm.
3, it makes people interested enough to keep looking.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't expect people to want to buy from those 3 sentences, but they're hooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other kind of deliverables are like things we can create around messaging?
Like a vocabulary, like actual words. Because I think
Yeah.
maybe it's AI, maybe it's like I'm not sure what the problem is, but as a consumer myself, I'm kind of tired of seeing those vague words being flown around.
Yeah.
And I have a document with notes that I've been keeping, and I did put like words that I don't want to use in my messaging.
Okay, I love that. I have a worksheet. Do you know about my program Booked Out Offers?
hmm
Okay, it's a booked out offers worksheet. I think we should start working on it because it's like exactly what you're talking about. Do you have an offer that people have bought?
I have my human design sessions. Yeah.
Do you know very clearly what this offer is and why people buy it? And now we need to create the sales messaging for this? Or are you still trying to figure out what this offer is and who should want it?
So great question. This is what I've been trying to do for the past years. I think the people that bought it, they didn't actually buy it because the messaging was so on point. Because if the messaging had been on point, I think I would have had like more people booking. So I have been, especially since watching your trainings, what I have been trying to do is get really specific. Because, like, as I said, human design is so broad, right?
Yeah.
It can be human design and parenting, human design and relationships, human design and money. And even within those categories, there are more categories. This is what I've been doing. And I think now I'm probably close.
I think one thing that stops people from being clear in their messaging is you could help so many people in so many things and you just need to choose. But in order to let yourself choose, you need to know that you can change your mind later, right? You could change your mind 3 months from now. You could change your mind a year from now. You can also sell someone something that is super, super niche and specific and then upsell them into something else.
What I have mostly is my one-to-one sessions.
Okay, tell me all about the one-to-one session. Who they're for, tell me what they get out of it, what you think the reason they come is.
Broadly speaking, they are for people who crave self-awareness. Like every single client I've had has expressed that in one way or another. It could be I'm kind of thinking what my next step should be, or like I feel stuck, or that kind of thing. I'd say it's self-awareness. And I do it in a very practical way. So I'm really not woo-woo with my approach. So I sit with people, we look at their chart, we see patterns, depending on what they want to discuss. Like some people come talking about their career or relationships or some specific problem. And so I analyze their chart through that lens.
Okay.
And at the end, I give them specific exercises they should do to kind of start, because human design is an experiment. So I wanted to start experimenting with their design, and I give them specific things they can do to become more familiar with how they're meant to be making decisions, or what's their unique rhythm, like how much they should rest and how much they should work. I struggled a lot with finding what my ideal career should be. And for the largest part of my professional life, I did things that I didn't like, I didn't enjoy. I've done chemistry, I've done theater design, I've done sales. I've been all over the place. So I have particularly interested in working with people that are facing that problem, that are at this point where they're like, I don't love what I do, but like I've invested too much like money on education, time on building a resume and a network, and I'm not sure what I should do next. I want to use human design to help them.
Okay, so like specifically you're liking the career? Like use human design to decide on your career?
Yeah.
Okay, that's super specific.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
of the people that you interviewed for your genie calls,
hmm
how many of them were looking for a career pivot or new career or their first career?
So I've interviewed 3 people so far from my genie calls,
Mhm.
and one of them is like it's a very good fit. Like she's exactly that,
So
and then the other one has already been through that. Yeah.
So once somebody's been through it, they know too much, right? They already are experiencing the light at the end of the tunnel. So we don't want to take their words as much as the perfect person. Same with like offboarding surveys or testimonials. We don't want to look at those places for the messaging language because those people are too educated about the one topic. So
hmm
for your genie call data, I actually want you to just use the stuff that's that perfect person, what she said and how she was feeling.
hmm
So let's look at her. Do you have
hmm
a transcript of it or a sorted transcript?
Yeah, I do.
Beautiful. So pull that up.
Yeah.
So you have been through a bunch of careers yourself and you've done a
hmm
little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And are you saying that that kind of is what makes you good at helping people that are in this position?
Yeah. Like on a personal note, yeah, but also the way that I read human design as well.
Tell me about that.
Because I know, okay, so I read human design in a way that tells you what strengths you might bring into a team, if you should be working alone or in a small team or in a large group, if you're mostly built to be a consultant or a freelancer or someone who implements, someone who researches. Strengths, like think of what you would put on a CV, like that kind of. Are you more creative or more strategic? Like, what's your ideal work environment? Like, what does it actually look like? Or what does a perfect like day at work look like for you based on your human design?
Has legs. I love it.
I'm so glad to get some like positive feedback because it has been so like yeah, like really used all of my brain cells for that. I'm done. Like I'm out of brain cells at this point. Yeah. So overall, if I could put like say it in one word, like I can look at your human design chart and tell you how you were designed to be successful in a way that's like easy, so you don't have to grind all the time and like really, you know.
I love this. This is so good. So the
Thank you.
only kind of downside I might be seeing here is if somebody's like doesn't have a job, they don't necessarily have a whole bunch of money to like invest in something like this. But I think that there's a million people out there that are not happy in their job and they want to pivot or
Mhm.
they feel misaligned in their level that they're at in a company and they're like trying to go out on their own and that's really scary. Like we know that there's millions of people in those positions. In terms of like an audience that's ready to buy, it's probably more career pivots versus like being unemployed and wanting something, right?
I've been thinking about my ideal client as well, and like she's someone who values wealth, you know. She makes money, she wants to make money. She also likes to give back, like she buys from small businesses instead of Shane and Amazon. Like I really know her, you know, I can picture my ideal client.
Okay. You said that like you have joined a lot of programs, you've done a lot of learning on this already. So here's where one way that I look at things is different than maybe what you've learned, which is you've invented this person. And that is an exercise that a lot of people teach. But my thing is, let's go find them, use a real person and interview them, right?
Hmm.
So when you interviewed the one of the 3 people that you think is perfect, did they match all these things that you dreamed up?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. It would be great if we could find 1 or 2 more people. You can go to the Magic Marketing Machine Facebook group and ask. Maybe they may have friends who are like thinking of a career pivot. And then We take those 3 interviews that are only from the best people and look for the words that we see repeated and the sentiments that we see repeated. So let's pull up the one that you have, the sorted transcript. And which gal was it?
Anna.
Yeah, she totally matches what you said. She wants respect too. Respected at the level I think I need to be respected. So when I see stuff like that, that's so specific and emotional and interesting, I go, okay, that should be a post. Like there's something we can use in there, you know? These people really value themselves, I would say. They're not looking to be the bottom of a food chain. There's like a lot of self-respect there.
In that part of the interview, she was talking about being a woman in her 30s working in tech where it's old men around her.
Perfect. Like that is another thing to pull out. This could go right straight into a post. You took a 3-hour boring ass like LinkedIn workshop because you thought that would be the thing that would help you find the right career. It's not going to, because unless you're aligned with your human design, you're always going to feel this conflict, maybe even conflicts that you can't quite define, but you feel, when we're looking for like messaging so far as to use in content, that's what I'm doing. I like look for these phrases. And sometimes you're looking for the phrase and thinking about content it can inspire. And then sometimes you're making content and then going, wait, is there something in my Genie data that backs up this thing that I just said?
The way that I got to speak to her was because one of my clients recommended her. And after our Genie call, she actually booked a human design session with me.
Of course she did. Of course she did. Make enough money to also have time. Love that.
Yeah, it's here in her first wish.
Hi, my name's Becky Jennings, and I'm a parenting coach. I'm going to be real with you. I joined Magic Marketing Machine when I hit a plateau of followers and I didn't know how to gain any more traction. I feel like I kind of exhausted all of my creativity and I was trying to reinvent the wheel every single post. It wasn't working, it wasn't sustainable, and I was getting very discouraged in my own business. So I joined Magic Marketing Machine with around 11,000 followers. I now sit today at over 100,000 followers because of Jenna and her team's help and support. They dialed in my messaging. They helped me get so crystal clear, and I created a repeatable system that I can easily follow with every single post. I know if I don't follow that system, the post is going to fail. And when I follow the system, the post thrives. So it is an incredible program for any person who wants to grow and get clients from Instagram. The coolest thing, the followers are awesome. Yes, I'll say that. Having over 100,000 followers feels amazing. But what's happening on the back end is even cooler. I have so many direct message conversations happening every single day with people saying, do you have a camera in my house? How do you know this is happening? This is crazy. And on top of that, I was able to double my income from the year that I joined Magic Marketing Machine to this year. It's an incredible program. It is worth every single penny. You will not be disappointed. Her team is fantastic and it is worth every bit of it. I hope you join Magic Marketing Machine because it is life-changing.
Yeah. I'm wondering if part of it is like you keep taking on projects, trying to fill the gap of satisfaction that you don't feel with your job. And now you're just tired and burnt out from all of this soul searching and piling on projects. When really what you need are fewer aligned projects and a job that pays you well and you love, so you come home energized from it at the end of the day. Like that would be kind of the emotional transformation. So I'm putting it on this messaging worksheet I'm filling out for you on my screen here, but I'm going to note that like I made up come home energized at the end of the day. Have you heard of the expression sell Hawaii, not the plane ride?
I've heard it from you in one of your
I didn't make it up myself, but the idea is your offer is the vessel to some sort of transformation or outcome people want, right? So you know that people want a new career, right? So the human design is the plane ride and Hawaii is the job. So we want to like ask a bunch of questions about like what would it feel like to have your perfect job? right? Like, what would that feel like? How would you know you found it? And if they say something like, at the end of the day, I come home energized, great, then we can put that in our results section. But I made that up on this document. So she said, like, she wants enough money, feel comfort, she wants respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, respect. That's probably actually a big one. So look for the other things people say about like why they even want the most perfect job, and that's why. The plane ride, also here, it's human design, sure, but it's also your unique methodology, right? You said, I read human design in a super specific way that helps you see how you were designed to be successful so you don't need to grind. We would want to make this even into like a clearer formula. You could even give it a name. So, yeah, the Unfold Your Design Career Finder Methodology. That's a horrible name. Don't use that, but something like that. And then it's like, here are the things that we're going to look for and find the exact answers in your human design. Should you be working alone, in small teams or groups, or a freelancer? Skill set. Are you a researcher, implementer, consultant? I don't know, whatever the other ones are. Big picture, strengths, creative or strategic. Whatever all the bullets are, we maybe like draw them out in a circle and say like, here's how this methodology works. I'm not just going to say you should be a dentist. We're going to look at how you were designed, and you're going to have all of the ingredients you need to find the perfect career for you that gets you Hawaii. Comfort, safety, respect, money.
Okay.
And when
Makes
you
sense.
lay things out like that, like, I have a methodology, people trust you. Because it's not just, I'm going to look at all this information and just kind of like riff on what I see. It's like, no. We have a process here.
Yeah, I like that. This is a quote from one of my clients in the past who said, I don't want to be 60 when I start enjoying life.
One of the things on our messaging doc is the consequence of inaction. And you'll even see in Magic Marketing Machine, some of the post prompts will say, okay, insert here consequence of inaction. I don't like poking those things people are afraid of, but we can mention it. So if you're writing like a sales carousel or a sales post, you would say, sign up now. Let's do this thing, because you don't want to be 60 and only start enjoying your life then. Find out now what's going to make you enjoy your career and what sort of a career you should be in while you still have time to achieve it. So that would be the messaging whenever you are writing a sales post or a sales carousel or an email or even on a sales page. When it gets to the point of like, why should they choose now? Emotionally, it's that. This whole first section, my superpower, we just need your messaging, quote unquote, is to be able to say that in a sentence. If we just needed to do just a quickie one. So my superpower is I look at your human design. Can you guess? Can you finish the sentence for me in one sentence? My superpower is I look at your human design and tell you.
Like, what's the it sounds a bit cringe, but
Say it wrong and we'll fix it.
yeah, the easiest way to success. You look at what your ideal career looks like.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
We'll start with this. So my superpower is I can look at your human design and tell you exactly what your ideal career path looks like based on Camp 1, Camp 2, Camp 3. Or exactly what your ideal career path looks like, period. And then I think the next sentence, they would ask, how do you do that? And you would say, I can see the 3 most important, I'm calling them camps, but we can change that later. Camps to your career success. And then we would have the titles for them, which is maybe like skill set. What might the camps be?
Well, a lot of stuff in human design is around like energy. Like, you know, are you better in 9 to 5? Are you better in a broken schedule?
Okay. Daily schedule, because that one woman said that was important to her, and time, right?
Yeah.
let's do X type of people come to me. What kind of people? How would they describe themselves? Struggling with their career, or people who feel lost in their job, or like people who want to pivot?
So people who are just kind of meh in their careers, like they're not, I don't know, I guess they're unfulfilled. They are not excited about their careers anymore.
Are any of those words backed up by things Anna said? What did she say her problem is? Because that's another sentence we want to have. It's like, what's the one single sentence problem?
I think for Anna, it's more about money. Like, what's the best way for me to make money without stressing?
Kat, you have a great brain for this, man. I feel you are so close. So many takeaways in that one. How your offer is the vessel to an ultimate transformation. Why we need to stop making up client avatars and actually talk to real people. And then cross-reference every post you make, every sales email with real things real, genuine human beings have said to you. And that's how you are going to have the strongest messaging. I couldn't play you this entire call. This was a 1-hour call where Kat and I sat together and we hashed out her messaging, gave her sentences that she can start repeating and using in her marketing. If there's one major takeaway I hope you have from this, it's how close she was. Even though she felt like she was messy, she was stressed about it, she's sunk a whole bunch of money into this before joining Magic Marketing Machine, and she really was so close. She knew what she was doing, she knew who she was helping. She just needed help figuring out how to say it. When you are in that pit of despair, remember Kat and remember how close you actually might be to exactly the destination you are trying to reach. It was a total pleasure to work with Kat. And if you want to know the exact career path for your personal soul design, you've now met Kat. I'll put her information below this episode. You know where to find her.